Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Kicking Bass TV. Today, I'm out with my cousin Tyler doing a little early ice fishing, chasing the first ice of the season because it's been warmest it's been in the last 92 years here in Colorado, led to a late start to the ice fishing season for us. So we're going up to elevation above 10,000 feet today, see what we can get into. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Let's go. All right, guys, like I said, it's been a warmer than usual fall, which means we're about a month behind our typical start to ice fishing season. Usually for us, first ice is around the last week of October or first week of November. But here we are already the last week of November, and between the warm weather and the fact that we've had so much going on, filming content for Bass and Bounties, my cousin having a baby, and the holidays, we just haven't had a chance to get on that early ice yet. We couldn't wait any longer, decided we were gonna hike up to elevation and see what we could find. At about 9,000 feet, we did see some skim ice on some small ponds and adjacent creek, which was a good sign, but we still had about a 2.5 mile hike and about another 1,000 feet in elevation to climb before we would reach the lake we were heading to. After about an hour hike through the woods carrying entirely too much gear with us, we finally made it up to Lost Lake, which is just under 10,000 feet elevation. As you can see, the entire lake was frozen. All we had to do now was catch some fish. So after taking a couple of minutes to catch our breath and take in this awesome view up there, couldn't wait any longer. We had to get that first hole in the ice and get right into it. Didn't take very long at all. In fact, less than a minute, and I had my first fish of the year through the ice. Nice little brook trout, about a 10-inch brookie. Absolutely gorgeous pattern on these fish if you haven't seen them before. They've got a very intricate, detailed, speckled pattern, that bright orange and white highlight along the belly and fin. Gorgeous fish. So stoked to get out and catch the first fish of the year through the ice. We let him go, and then we proceeded to just hammer him after this. Between myself and my cousin, we both caught about 35 to 40 fish, and all in that 10 to 14 inch range, which is very decent for a high elevation lake that is not stocked. And when it comes to targeting these fish through the ice in the early season, specifically browns and brook trout, you're gonna find the most success sticking to shallower water. That's because in the early season, they tend to wanna hug that shoreline to troll along the entire lake, aggressively feed up for the fall, and those areas of structure, the ledges and drop-off points, those all provide opportunities for them to ambush prey and feed up, which they are doing a pretty good job of here, like we said, considering the fact that this lake is not stocked and it's in the middle of nowhere. After a couple hours out on the ice, we both realized that we forgot to bring our lunch, and we still had a pretty gruesome hike ahead of us. So before we hiked down the mountain, my cousin decided he was going to try to catch one more brookie, cook it up right there on the spot. So that's exactly what we did. We caught that guy, got him cleaned up, started a little fire, and built a little makeshift rotisserie. If you follow the channel long enough, you know that I don't eat fish, so I left that little crispy morsel for my cousin to enjoy. And after we got that fire safely put out, hoofed it down the mountain another 2.5 miles so we could get my ass to In-N-Out Burger. So all in all, we did have a ton of fun today. Bit of a gruesome hike due to the fact that we had so much gear with us, so I would definitely recommend you only take what you need and travel as light as possible if you're gonna attempt it. But it was fun to get out, first ice of the year, catch some trout, even got to finish the day off doing a little open water fishing down in the city. So what we're doing here is we're just working this lipless through the column, kind of yo-yoing it up and down, because we've got active bass that are feeding up, moving around in this shallow rocky flat. And then we've got carp here feeding on bass spawn. We've got, you know, a little bit of crappie, bluegill. We've got some perch over here that the bass are cornering into the shallows to feed on through the fall. So there's a lot going on. Bait fish imitators are #1 producers, and sure enough, right here, just yo-yoing that red lipless, and we got absolutely hammered. Now, it definitely had some weight to it, well over 5 pounds. Once it surfaced right here and bellied up, I realized that I had actually just snagged a carp. And because I had snagged him right in the dorsal fin, this was giving him full range of motion to fight me, not a whole lot of resistance and ability to horse him in as I typically would. So had to take my time on this one, let him wear himself out. And for the sake of the video, so I could show you guys that within an hour's time here in Colorado, that it's possible to catch fish through the ice at 10,000 feet and be down here at 5,000 feet, catching them in the open water in the same day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because that's the best way to show your support. Make sure you hit that notification bell to keep you up to date with our new videos. And as always, I'd love to hear from you guys, so don't hesitate to leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Until next time, I'm D with Kickin' Bass TV.
Subscribe!